Good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I'd like to thank the organizers for inviting me, representing the Secretary of State for Security, in order to tell you about this project, which I think is very interesting. What's that beeping sound? Is something ready to go off? Some bomb or something? No? Good. Well, thank you very much for inviting me. I work for the for security for the Security Secretary of State. We are located in this beautiful place, and these facilities we share infrastructures with the National Center for Security and Protection of Public Infrastructures. We give service to the state security forces and corps. We lead over 50 projects. Some of these projects are linked to citizens and services that you all know of. One of them is a system that allows to unify the virtual borders we have in Europe. That is, when you walk through customs and you show your passport, we centralized. We check whether there's anything, a warrant or something, whether you're being looked for. This is something that's done automatically, centrally, for the whole continent of Europe. We also look for people who've disappeared. We also have DNA research teams and investigation teams. So that is, we do many things for the National Police Force and also autonomous region police corps. And I'm going to tell you about this app that's called AlertCops. Have you heard of AlertCops? Have you heard of this? Well, we must be doing something wrong when most of you haven't heard about this. This is why we're here, to tell you about this, so that you may realize that this is a very interesting service for the protection of citizens. And the best way to show you what this is about is to show you this video clip. The ideal thing would be for it to work. There we go. Just a second.
A ver, ahora es un spot publicitario.
It's an ad that we launched at the beginning of the project, and it was intended to show people what AlertCop was and what services it provides to society. I see myself playing this video as an actor in order to tell you what it's about, because it doesn't seem to be running for some reason. Let's see if we can make it work. Allow me a second. Forgive me. My apologies. Okay, seems to be some sort of problem here with maybe the server. There we go again. I was saying that this is a video clip that we produced when first launching this app. To send an alert on any crime is something that's accessible for everybody. It's a communication channel between citizens and state police, and it allows you to establish a chat with police and forces, AlertCops. getting security forces, getting them closer to citizens. Okay, this is something that the minister asked us to do. He asked us how we could implement some new channel with the different police forces. Whenever you need the police, where you're risk, you dial 091, and right now most citizens have a smartphone, so the ideal thing would be to have an application so that you may tell police what's happening to you, or what you see that is happening to somebody else. So with this idea in mind, we started working, and AlertCops was created. It was a new thing in the European Union. Nobody else had done it. This is a direct channel. That is, when you send an alert, you don't get in touch with the call center. You get in touch with the police. It's a very discreet channel. So if for whatever reason you're in public transport, on a bus, on a train, and there's somebody who's trying to hurt somebody, or steal or rob or something, you can alert the police. And one of the most important features of this service is that it's got an automatic positioning system through GPS and other services. And the mobile phone, you can tell the police where you are exactly, so that you can interact with the police officers without using other protocols. This, of course, has nothing to do with the treatment you're going to be receiving by the police. I was saying that on the screen, home screen, you have different icons for different alerts. And if I'm a victim of bullying, if I'm a teenager, through my device, I can, for instance, click on school, or you can click on gender violence, or so you can click on this, and thus you get a quick reply, a quick service. And being aware that Spain is a country with millions of tourists who come every year, there's the possibility for foreign tourists and foreign people to use this tool and call the police when need be. So it's available in 6 different countries. So a tourist, when arriving in Spain and who doesn't know how police work, they can use this application in order to communicate with the police or different policing forces, depending on where they are. And AlertCops is not only the mobile part. Within this, we have a whole set of systems that facilitate different mapping systems, GPS, and security, and a whole bunch of components that allow this service to be facilitated in the easiest possible way. So far, we've had over 400,000 downloads, 90,000 alerts, 92,000 users who, at a given moment, thought necessary to make use of this service. This represents about 200,000 users. This is in over 100 centers, police centers, and we've had 8,143 chat interactions with citizens. Out of these 92,000 alerts, 17,000 are alerts that have meant the mobilization of police units. For instance, we've got 119 cases of school harassment, 1,500 cases of burglary, assault, theft, etc. So this is a very interesting system for citizens who want to collaborate with police forces. Citizens that witness to a given criminal action, and behind all these figures we have cases of success that have made it to the media, to the mass media. In this case we are referring to
¿Y por qué se utiliza AlertCop en estas circunstancias? Porque los adolescentes, la gente joven, se siente mucho más
cases of school bullying.
cómodo que llamando e interactuando.
So with this app, citizens feel much more comfortable than having to dial or call the police in the regular way. And apart from all the cases of success, we've also received several awards. And I'd like to speak about the collectivity of deaf and dumb citizens. Apart from this group, we have others such as abused women, with whom this app has been extremely useful. And this is a version that will not evolve more, because there's a new version that's about to come out. That's AlertCopsv4 that includes many capabilities that I'm about to tell you. And this version will be available by mid-January 2018. So far, the version that's available looks like this. Is a tool that's a one-direction interaction. With a new version that's coming, this is going to be an integral public service that will include many more capabilities that will allow to protect citizens in many levels. We've included the possibility for you to use photos and videos. The interesting thing is that if you see a risk or a situation, you may let the police know in a much more flexible manner. And we've also made registration much easier, much simpler for users to sign up. In the area of preventive actions, if you download the new version, you're going to be able to receive alerts depending on where you are. For instance, you're in a building or in a place, wherever, and all of a sudden a threat is detected that may affect your security. For instance, fire, a bomb, or anything. In your device, you will be receiving a communication letting you know and warning you about this possible event. And apart from this, in certain areas where there's a specific event with security, for instance, a soccer match or a concert, if you start up this application, you'll have some specific buttons or icons in order to get service in that area. regarding the emergency deployment, emergency service deployment that's taken place. There's also self-protection function, where this that we call guardian function. Here you'll be able to share your position, your location with third parties. For instance, if you go hiking or doing sports, and for whatever reason you want a friend of yours to know where you are, or your wife, or whatever, this application allows for this. It allows you to share your location with that person so that this person may locate you if needed. This is also very interesting for minors, for elderly people with disabilities, etc. And there are obviously other services. For instance, WhatsApp offers this sort of capability. Obviously, private services monetize their service, but we don't. We offer a public service for all citizens. And along the lines of improving services supplied to tourists and foreign citizens, there's the possibility for the messages to be translated into Spanish. For instance, if we're dealing with a Japanese tourist who doesn't speak Spanish, this tourist may, in the chat, this Japanese tourists may write in Japanese, and the message will be translated into Spanish for the police, and the other way around. The police will be able to reply in Spanish, and this will be translated automatically into Japanese. And I could run a test, I could check it so that you can see how this works. Here I have an assistant who's helping me out. Thank you very much, Benita. Let's see if we can make this work. There we go. Okay, I'm going to start up the application from scratch. This version is available in Android and iOS. And once you've registered, you'll see a screen that looks like this. And the first thing that I want to mention, because many people ask me about this, even my family, and they'll say, this application, this means that they're going to have access to my photos, to my calls, to my agenda. No, not at all. No, because this is something that's been developed by us, and I can tell you that this is no spying thing. The idea for this application is to provide a public service for all of you, in order for police force or civil guard to help you when needed, so you can register with your personal data. But the only reason for this is for us to be able to help you when you need us. I was saying that in the home screen of the application, you identify different risk situations, and these buttons, depending on where you are, will vary. For instance, here we speak about robbery, theft, school, bullying, vandalism, sexual attacks, etc. And in the upper part, there's two icons. One says call and the other one says chat. If you click on the call icon, obviously you start a call. You don't need to start an application in order to call the police. Well, do I need an application for? Well, it does make sense, because when you ring, when you call, when you dial the phone, you dial is the closest police station closest to you. This means that we're saving steps in order to get help, in order to find help. And when at risk, this is extremely important, knowing that by just pushing a button, police center closer to you will answer the call. And when you call, you not only call, but all the information regarding your location will reach the closest police station. This means that if you're in a situation where you've been attacked or you're being attacked or whatever, perhaps in a stressful situation it would be difficult to tell the police where you are. Maybe you start stumbling over words, and this way you don't need to worry about this, because when clicking the icon, location information will be sent to the police center. And also, same with chat. When you push or click on chat, you'll open up a chat. So there'll be somebody on the other side, and there'll be an open chat window with the police where you'll be able to tell them what's happening, interact with them, and ask them about any doubt you may have on anything whatsoever. As for the rest of the application, the lower part, you have different buttons. And here we have this other one there. Here you can see the whole history of chats with the police. Another one with a map where you see your location. And then we have a section where you can complete the rest of the data, services, etc. And here you can also exit if you're not interested. You can sign out. And in this case, this is a beta sort of aggression, so we are taking care of this. But when the application is running, when I click on the attack or theft, in this case, if this is what I want to complain about, you can attach a picture, a video, or whatever, and I'll ask you yes or no. You say no, and before you say that this alert should be processed, then there's a little window that says activate follow-up alert. So this is a check that I can tick, and while the alarm is open, my location is going to be tracked. If I'm being followed or chased by a group that wants to beat me, my position will be continuously sent to a police unit in order to improve my security and the service that I'm going to be getting in return. So here the system is packaging the whole information by adding the location and personal data and information, and this is sending the police officers to the place where I am located. And you see this on the screen. This way you know who's going to be dealing with you, and you accept it. It says, tells you that the police has said, well, there's an alert that just arrived, so we're going to help this person. While the alert is accepted, I can keep on attaching multimedia contents. For instance, if I see some sort of, I'm witness to some sort of attack, I can keep on attaching things to the alert I've already opened. This is a way of managing things that's very similar to instantaneous message service. And the police will say, what's happening? And you can write what is happening. You may say, hello, you may write, type, hello, I've just been robbed. Como? I'm CyberCamp conference. So I've answered, I'm interacting with the police. What do they steal from you? Well, here the most normal thing would be my Wi-Fi password, because there's something that could happen in a place like this. Obviously. Do you suspect anybody in particular? Yes, I do. I'm going to send you a picture. Send a picture of you guys sitting there. And you guys are the suspects. Attach. And attaching the photograph or the suspects. We're seeing how this is processed. And they've answered, thank you. It's going to be a hard job because they all look suspicious, all of them. So all this information is collected, and if this were reason for police action, that would be that would be evidence used by the police in order to do a better job. This is the state of alert. At any time I can exit the application and continue my interaction with the police. Go in and out, in and out. Another interesting thing that I was telling you of earlier is Guardian. A Guardian, for instance, I may share or add people with whom I want to share my location. For instance, if I go partying with Benny and Alejandro, since I'm not a very good drinker, I don't behave very well, I would attach them here as friends, and my agenda with personal contacts, and every once in a while we'd see the persons I want to share my location with and how often I want to send them my location every 40, 60, 120 minutes. So my phone will be sending them my location at the same time. It could also be the other way around. For instance, here's a button I can switch off that function. Obviously, I cannot watch or follow the position of somebody if that person doesn't want me to follow them. In this case, Martinez, I'll see the names of all the people I have around me and who are sharing their position with me. If I click on Ivan, this is going to tell me the last positions or places where he's been. Here we see a green dot. I see the time when I sent my location, my position, and this is very interesting for situations where I may run a risk. The Guardian function. Okay, so I was saying that a very interesting service that we'll be able to facilitate is that when you access an area or a situation where there's warning or an alert of risk, that information will be sent to you by means of notifications. On the top right-hand corner, there's an envelope with a sign that means that I've received a notification of some kind. So let's go in and see what's happening. Okay, there's a hacker around. So here there's a surface where they're telling me, listen, you're in a dangerous area because there's a hacker around you. So they send me a notification, so I'm aware of the risk I'm running. And as I was telling you, this is part of the mobile application, and we've developed the whole platform behind this. These are some control dashboards that police unit users. What do these boards look like, or consoles? Well, like I was telling you, here they can see all the information related to the alerts that are coming up with a whole mapping of aspects regarding the situation or the location of the alert and physical situation of, in the map. And apart from this, there's a section where you may chat with us, where you may chat with users, citizens, and share the right information in order for police to give us a good service. Police can also send a position. They may open up a chat and say, listen, I've had a problem and I want to file a claim. The police through a chat will send me a place, position I can go to. And the police map, apart from the areas or zones of alert or risk, there's also the different police officers that are around, so they can communicate with those troopers and give them instructions for them to go to the place where the event is taking place.
The case I was telling you about before, sending a geolocated message, this is showcased on the map by limiting a particular zone. Here you can see how Cantabria has been limited in the map. We can indicate a period of validity with a start and an end date, and we can have this alert going to the citizen's mobile phone. So what I've explained are the functions, the features that will be launched in about 1 month's time. So I will continue insisting on the fact that you need to download this application because it's really interesting. We continue making efforts trying to improve this app. What are we working on now for the next version that will be launched next year? Well, filing a claim online. If you've ever had to go file a claim by yourselves, you've been able to check that it is a tedious process. You have to go to a precinct, you have to queue up before you get serviced by an agent. So from next year on, you will be able to file this kind of claims with your application. You can indicate the problem, the situation you've experienced, the area of Spain where you are located, so that you can have an appointment with the police services, and also you can attach multimedia documents. For example, you can attach pictures to accompany your file, your claim. So with this, smartphones become a useful, practical and ubiquitous tool in order to get a better police service. As I was saying before, and well, of course you are aware of it, not a lot of people know about this service and about this app. That's why we've been developing an advertising campaign. We were actually shooting some spots with the Civil Guard last weekend. So you are going to watch a premiere of one of those spots. They haven't been edited yet, but they will be helpful in understanding everything I've explained. All of these 6 spots are going to show several real cases where the application can be useful for you as a citizen. In this case, as I was saying before, This app is also thought for people who like go out mountain hiking and suffer some kind of accident and need the help of rescue services. So this application allows them to share their location and the place where they're going to be with some relatives or guardians.
Está en cámara lenta, ¿eh?
It's in slow motion, as you can see.
Ahí aparecerá lógicamente.
And of course, she's going to have the application in her mobile phone. Well, this doesn't happen to you and me because we don't practice in sports, so we will never be in this sort of situation. Anyway, this is another rescue situation, and it is about how important the public cooperation is. This is the technology service of the Civil Guard. And finally, the third spot that wants to portray the unfortunate situation of a missing child and how AlertCops can help us notify that situation to a particular area so that all the citizens can collaborate in finding the missing person. So this was all I had to say. Now I encourage you to stay tuned, and if you already have the application downloaded, please collaborate with us and share with all your friends how important this is for the safety